Can y'all hear me out there? Oh, hey, Miss Carol. Hey, Peter. Miss Irma. Miss Irma might be left. Hey, Larissa. Hey, baby. You know, one day, one day, I feel, one day I feel like this, and one day I feel like that. I know in my mind, I ain't very happy, you know. So, hey, T, hey, Jen, hey, Betty. You know what I mean? We've suffered, you know. We have. It ain't right, you know. We gotta, hey, Miss Angel, we gotta try to get everything all right, y'all. Hey, Tim, you gonna make me some coffee before you go? I might be on here a while. Yeah, Timmy got up a while ago. She went to bed early. But let me tell y'all the best way. I know how to tell you. I know something ain't right, but we don't want our channels ruined, especially Stephen. Hell on a bunch of them people, you know, they for real. You know, some of them just causing trouble and causing conflict, but a lot of them, you know, are for real. Oh, you know, I'm really in a tough spot, y'all. And like I say, It's not my channel that's suffering. His team is the one that's getting hit. And I think Steven did too. They are the ones getting hit. It's not me. You know, y'all remember Rodney King? Anybody remember who Rodney King was? They policemen, about 6 of them had their nightsticks on him. And I mean, there was people burning stuff down. His rights. And they got him on TV the next day. Told everybody to quit. And people was mad about that. And I mean, I think they had good reason to be mad. But people was going to get hurt out of that. You know, not just hurt a little. Y'all know what I'm saying. So, hey, Kathy, hey, Slim. And they got him on TV the next day to try to calm everything down. They can't keep being gas thrown on the fire. And people don't understand. Not like what I do. But I can't I can't just stand back and let us get destroyed. I don't know why that would be so hard to understand. Hey, Miss Ellen. Hello, everybody. And some of them people, some of them people, y'all, they are just agitators. But most of them serious as a heart attack. I actually found out some stuff I can't hardly believe. Me and Tammy and Stephen, we are not in a good place. And we are not over here acting. We don't want our reputation ruined. My channel here, it was ran down to nothing anyway, you know. But Tammy's channel was coming along good. And they'll recover. Tammy and Stephen, they'll recover. You know, I talked to Kathy a little bit earlier on the phone. And I can't say this, y'all. Kathy said she went and seen her mama and daddy every day. I don't, yo. So I ain't saying I do. I ain't trying to say I do or I did or that. I talked to her pretty good up bit on the phone, you know. Pretty good little bit, you know. Probably probably a pretty good bit for a man, I imagine. But Katie's mama was saying she wouldn't give her nothing to eat. Said, I mean, I can get Katie on here if she'll get on here. She can tell you better than I can, but I know a little bit, you know, because Katie's told me. Said her mama thought they was getting her money. That her mama uh moved out, you know, went and stayed with her other sister. And Katie was on her mama's account. and there was a lot of money getting spent. And she called over there to her sister's house and asked what was going on. And Kathy said, her sister, her husband was taking her for a ride. You mean I can't talk the other day? We gonna solve it. We gonna solve it. I tell you what about we just let you go on back to Mama's channel? Oh, well, that wasn't Stephen that blocked her, y'all. That's me. I got Stephen's computer on here. Her mama got sick and they took her to the doctor and she was dehydrated. They didn't have no air conditioners. She's come back to live with Kathy. Got to understand that we don't want to go down as the most evilest people you ever seen on YouTube. I say this is kind of an up and down thing here. I say I know better. I know better. But we don't want to look like the most meanest people that's ever been on YouTube. And that's how Stephen makes a living. He's taking his coffee channel down. I looked at his coffee channel. He's minus 10 subscribers for the month. Minus 10. I said, ain't no need for that channel to be up. So minus 10 after all this time. Hey, Rita. Hey, y'all. All this time he's had that channel up, and he's minus 10 subscribers. Everybody should be able to understand a little bit of my point of view. I see that there, Helen. Agitators don't help. Oh, I don't know exactly what Stephen's going to do. He might be done took that coffee down. I don't know if he has or not. But he's going to take it down. There's no need to keep it up. We really and truly thought, that would be a good place for people, like the chatters, to gather up. We wasn't expecting it to be big, but we wasn't expecting it to be minus 10 subscribers for the month. And we appreciate it, Linda. This will get resolved, y'all. It'll get resolved. Mama's told me a lot I didn't understand. She's told me quite a few times I didn't understand. I said, I understand better than you think I do. I sleep during the day, mostly. There's a lot of us that stay up at night. I don't do much during the day. I told I think I understand that cat KK. I think I understand why. Oh, you know, I mean, Grandma's got a bunch of subscribers, you know. This is saying why come they don't like us, you know. I've actually explained this, you know. Oh, and she got down to just only making one edited video a week. And I don't know how long she had been doing that, you know, just making one video a week. But she got down, she was making two. And then she got down to just making one. And Stephen come along. Yeah, I see that, Beverly. And like, you know, all of a sudden one day Stephen was interested in YouTube. He ain't ever cared about it, but and it might have been his wife, you know that Renee, you know, that got him going. You know, got him on that track. Stephen like is the one that come up with the lives, you know. It was brand new then. Then this has gotten out of hand. Hey, we'll get it worked out. We'll get it worked out. It'll be worked out. I promise you, it'll be worked out. We just don't want to die in the process. We will get it worked out. I promise you, we'll get it worked out. But there's damage being done. And I've been trying to stop the damage with no success. There's damage being done. So Stephen said, Grandma, you can do this right here. You can go live, you know. You can go live. And you ain't got to edit nothing. And she done it. And she seen it's pretty easy. And you know, for a long time there, they didn't have live ads. They didn't bring that in till later. So you really didn't make nothing until that live was over. But now that, this live stuff is so popular, they started putting, where you can put live ads on. So you just ain't just losing. And some people watch the ads, to help your channel. We don't tell nobody to do that because we are not supposed to tell you that. That's against the terms of service. We don't. We used to tell people that, but I mean, we didn't know that it was against the terms of service. But yeah, we don't tell nobody to do that. But that got her to where she could start back doing 2 videos a week. Just can't do them projects. She can't do the crafts. Like what all the subscribers that she had. That's what they was there for. That's why they subscribed. And then some of them stayed, some of them left. And but they didn't leave without screaming and kicking like a baby. They raised sand, about her doing the lives. And they thought that we was making her do that. Tammy said, they don't know Grandma too good. Well, I mean, I said, Tammy, they don't. Oh, you can't make her do nothing. But I mean, they was convinced, that we was pushing that on her. And I mean, I really didn't think we was ever going to hear the end of that, And they people still saying it now. And people come back out of the woodwork. They probably are, Linda. They probably are. They, like, she would have basically around 550 people watching. And then a bunch of them people come back. I mean, they wasn't just drifters, y'all. They was old subscribers, And they come back. Because they are mad. They are still mad. Hey there, PJ. They come back to try to make another run at Grandma going back to doing edited videos and I mean they thought, they just mad. They were still mad. Oh, I mean, they, I mean, and people quit watching, Hey, I mean, I'm sure they'd come in there every now and then and stuff like that. But when this, like all hell broke loose, they come in there to make another stand. Oh, the first video she doing, I went and looked at the comments and they was talking about wanting her to go back to doing arts and crafts. And I mean, they just don't realize, that it's too much. That's why they don't like us, y'all. But she's the one made the decision, to do the lives. And she's doing 3 a week. Well, even though we've said it a bunch of times, it's a long time in filming 6 or 8 hours of footage. And then you're filming the next day too. But I mean, the 6 or 8 hours might actually be 2 days. And people don't realize the amount of work that you have to do, for a edited video. And people don't realize she's real picky. She don't want it just thrown together. And I mean, I've helped her a bunch of times finish her video up, but bring it to me, put it on a little thumb hard drive, little USB drive, and bring it to me, and I would finish it for her and upload it for her. I think so, Paula. I think Cat Mods is still around. She's every time she tries to walk around there to the chickens. Well, I know, y'all, that I had been telling her, she'd lose quite a few people every time she walked around there to the chickens. So I guess she quit doing it because of that. They would, y'all, about 100 people she'd walk around there to them chickens, about 100 people would leave, about 100. And, yeah, I didn't write the book. I'm just telling you about it. But I knew that, because I watched the numbers. I'm watching the numbers right now. And so anyway, she quit doing it, but But she's tried to walk around there a couple of times lately, last month. And I think that her phone is connected to her Wi-Fi. And when she tries to walk around there, it's out of range. The Wi-Fi is out of range. And I've told her, when you're in the house, Wi-Fi on. When you outside, turn the phone data on. And I don't know how them phones do it, but they can switch to the Wi-Fi by themselves. They do it. I don't know how. I think it's like programmed in the phone to hook up to that Wi-Fi. One day there, she got in the car gonna go to the Dairy Queen. As soon as she pulled out so far in the yard, it quit working. And when that happens, y'all, you still got a picture and everything there, like just like you are live. And she talked all the way to town, and it actually quit working when she backed out the driveway. And I think that stuff is supposed to switch over by itself. But I don't think it always does it. But I think it's supposed to. Like if you on your Wi-Fi and you get out of Wi-Fi range, I think it's supposed to automatically switch over. Well, I've seen Stephen quite a few times walk out of his house, and his didn't switch over. And I've made videos when I was working on that truck. I pulled out of the yard and it was working, and I was going to drive down the road, put it on the video where I was seeing if that radiator leak was fixed. The head gasket was fixed, and it quit working. Got this little ways down the road, it quit working. So it happened to me too. I had a Wi-Fi on and didn't know it. Yeah, they had a good video. I went to sleep watching it. Oh, yeah, I know that. Oh, Gene. I told her to leave her phone data on all the time. That's her own phone internet. They call it phone data for some reason. leave it on all the time. And I think it's switched, you know. I think it's switched back to the Wi-Fi. Because every time she gets away, very far away, it cuts off. And she didn't know how to change it. That was actually a problem that we realized when we started going live. Like Cody's wedding, it was ruined. The video in that wedding, it was ruined because the Wi-Fi was on. It was just about out of distance. And it was right out there in the front yard. And I remember that. I had my camper down there. And I was going to go in there and tell Steven to make sure the Wi-Fi was turned off. And he went live before I could tell him. You better have your little bit of fame and fortune, because you ain't going to be in here long. You know who you look like to me in that name you got there. You know who you look like. Devil went down to Georgia. Hey, Danny, what's up with your new girlfriend, Pamela? Let's see. Oh, somebody took it down before I could get it. They was talking about Pamela Breedlove, and I think Pamela Macredo. Is that right there? Don't bother me none, y'all. That right here won't do you no damage. I mean, that's just a fool. Went and made that name for. They went and made that name for one sentence. Devil went down to Georgia. They went and made that name, y'all, so they could say one sentence. Ain't this ridiculous? And that's somebody we know there, y'all. I mean, you might call them a troll, but that's actually somebody we know. That's somebody we all know. You know, they mentioned the two names. How do they know anything about Pamela Breedlove? Sir, it is obvious you saw it in the dark. You were trying to protect the innocent from evil. Evil meaning looking for their trouble. You were crucified for righting the wrong. You know, you ain't heard me crying too much about myself. I'm actually used to it, you know. Yeah, I'm used to that, y'all. But Tammy's innocent, and Steven ain't done nothing, y'all. He should have went in there and got his stuff out of that trailer. I ain't never said he shouldn't have. Hell, we told him. I told him myself. You know, get the stuff out of the trailer. She wants to put her stuff in there. Been 3 years. Go put it at your house in Bruton. And I mean, hey, she was good to him, letting him put it in there. Probably. I think that that's what started everything. Well, she got on there and said she wasn't mad. But I know better. Hey, Kathy, Pamela Macredo ain't exactly innocent. I'm gonna tell you that now. She ain't exactly just no innocent bystander. She's done little stuff herself. And then I thought I knew who the Breedlove lady was. I really did think I knew who she was. But I think I was wrong, you know. Yeah, Macredo ain't exactly innocent here. But I mean, I'm gonna let her stay. I don't want to hear no more about her contacting nobody. Asking are they with Steven? I don't want to hear that no more. I don't want to hear nothing about that. I don't want to hear nothing about nothing. I know the chat means a lot to you. I'm gonna let you stay. I don't want to hear no more about you. Yeah. I mean, listen, Alona. Yeah, it ain't the house in Brooklyn. You could have took the stuff over there. I ain't taking up for him about that part. Then I saw Pamela Overtree's photo today on Facebook on people you may know. You talking about, is that a mistype there, Over, Overtrees? See, I knew she was ill about the trailer. I knew that. And hell, I told him. And it wasn't just me told him, it's hell, Tammy told him too. I ain't taking up for him on that part. They write that name again there, Irma. See, you got it named over trees, or did you actually mean to say that? Yeah, yeah. I ain't gonna get on her. I done got on to her. Yeah, Cody's right. There's Cody there, y'all. He's actually talking about Pamela Breedlove. I'm sure that's who he's talking about. I don't think he'd be talking about Pamela McCredo. He's probably talking about Pamela Breedlove. Well, it don't matter, Helena, if he was focused on the house. They should have took the stuff. Should have got it out there. They one sending, yeah, Pamela Breedlove. I don't know. Probably Pamela Breedlove is probably not even a real name. Uh, there's people that thinks it's blooming, and I don't blooming. That's not Blooming's personality. And Blooming, uh, when I say I don't believe that's her real name. And Blooming don't send a bunch at one time, y'all. And that's in blooming when she sees something. And she's proud she's seen it. Well, I don't think it's blooming. And there's people that does think it, but I don't believe it. I got your I know who you're talking about, Pamela Breedlove. Yeah, I figured you was, Cody. Yeah, I don't see no big deal neither. I heard that they was trying to keep her in chat today. And I think that they was just like wanting to get her talking and everything. And something you might not know about women yet, Cody, but they want to keep her in there and figure her out and get her talking. And matter of fact, we probably could raise $5,000 to find out who she is. And if people want to know. And the women will sit there and talk to her trying to figure her out. The women they do stuff like that. I've seen men coming here forward. They like, I knew he wasn't legit. And they was just wanting to see what he was going to say. Yeah, that's what it was, Helen. They just nosy, like trying to figure her out. They was mean to her, Kathy. I didn't watch today. They really was. They really was mean to her. Only time will tell. Claims she is Pamela Breedlove. She said today she's cutting. Yeah, I mean, it don't matter what her name is. That stuff is not, that she's sending is not free stuff. So evidently she likes grandma. I mean, I don't see no big deal. I mean, uh, I didn't see no big deal. Not in chat. Somebody said something about her buying gifts and it upset her. So she said she won't be back. Well, I hope she's watching. And if she wants to buy the gifts, she shouldn't let nobody stop her from buying the gifts. Some of these people are mean, y'all. We were telling her not to pay them any attention. Hey, Kathy, what I mean? Man, all them people watching, them some wild people. I'm just trying to understand why all my family is bickering and ain't happy with one another. Yeah, y'all, did you know that a lot of people don't open up gifts? Because there's people that don't like it. There's people that like it. And then there's people that don't like it. I've seen it on other channels. And Tammy wasn't opening up nothing at first, Yeah, it'll work out, Cody. It'll work out. It might take, I have to let the wound heal some, but it'll get worked out. It'll get worked out. I got a headache here. Cody's good natured, y'all. I don't know where the hell he got it, but he's good natured. And whoever messed with Pamela Breedlove, they really should be ashamed of themselves. I wish she'd call me. I wouldn't say her name. Hey, Anita. But, she spent a lot of money. Hey, I'm up and down, Anita. Hey, Kathy, you believe me now? There ain't many mean people on this channel right here. But on Grandma's channel, there's some mean people, son. And some of them's doing it on purpose. Some of them just mean, and then some of them just, their elevator don't go to the top. Hey, I just thought about, hey, what's she gonna do with all that stuff? But it seems like Grandma likes it. And Tammy's over here ordering stuff like hot almighty. I seen the checkbook. I said, girl. And I tried not to say no because she ain't never spent no money, but she takes the super chats And she ain't never spent no money on. I think a lot of people on Miss Helen's channel is changing their names in. But yeah, they are. They are doing that. But that's, no matter if Pamela Breedlove is her real name or not, her heart is right, y'all. If it wouldn't, she wouldn't be doing that. It's all you gotta know. It don't matter who she is. Her heart is right. you can't you can't control how people think, and there are a lot of old subscribers. It wants her to do the arts and crafts. And then some of them, the elevator don't go to the top. And then some of them just means that some of them just stirring trouble. Something to do. There ain't no telling how crazy I'd be if I went and read the comments. And then that's worthless. Get on here and tell them how stupid they are. That's worthless. Yeah, that's right, Cody. Cody, write your stuff in capital letters. It's a little easier to read. I can't see as good as like you can. Yeah, y'all, I mean, it don't matter who she is. Ain't a woman loves grandma, or she wouldn't be doing it. And way smart enough to know I am that most everybody likes her. But everybody's not like that. I won't never believe that man that, I won't never forget the man that his channel was making a bunch of money and he bought an airplane. Boy, and I mean, they got mad. He got a bunch of super chats. He's a big channel. Boy, they got mad when he bought that airplane. Yeah. Yeah, I know somebody else that turns the comments off whenever they watch. And then the moderators, they miss a lot because of reading comments. It ain't exactly no piece of cake for them. Sitting there watching what people's typing, that ain't That ain't very fun. And I mean, I can't do it, I can look at that chat for a little while. But I mean, I reckon that YouTube's gonna stay like this. I hope y'all see here. Cody, they have a bunch of extra people in here just because you in here. I'm glad you come on here. Now they watching you, seeing what you seeing. So I'm glad you got on here. Did y'all know me and Cody don't have a problem? That's my brother's son. Cody's been up here many, many days. Many days. Used to play with Steven. They be doing that gaming and stuff. And Eric be up here. He'd be up here hanging around with Eric. Eric was up here a lot. Hey, good night, Slim. Yep. Yep, that's my brother's son right there. I'm mighty proud of him. I don't see how any hell he become the man he did. I think a lot of the mean people doesn't realize that everything is gonna be worked out because of you guys are family. Yeah, you would. Oh, hey y'all, this ain't the first time. This ain't the first time we've had a falling out. It's the only time y'all know about it. And I mean, I have been mad before too, buddy. She was too. Those nights I spent with Eric playing Medal of Honor at Dana's house is something I will never forget. Yeah, I knew how to go online and get all them games, y'all. I mean, I had a stack of games for them youngins. I knew how to go get them without buying them. And I had a stack of them games. Had a book, like a notebook, you could put them CDs in. Had that thing, had two of them. And they'd play that stuff all night. I see them playing. I said, "What's the name of that game?" Said something about something Red Redemption. I said, "What kind of name is that?" Yeah, y'all. I mean, people like, hey, y'all, people get mad. Yeah, I know you did, Cody. Anita, you need to call in sometime on my show. I used to call Anita every once in a while. Do they still do that, Cody? Can you still get them games and put the crack in them? Is there a site where you can still download them games? Them games are high too, y'all. My mom got upset with her family. Yeah, people get mad. It don't last forever. The waters will clear, y'all. All right. Hey, we let you call in here one night, Miss Anita. I called in there one night and Anita had her video on. Her and her mom was sitting there. They had their house coats on. I mean, man, I really thought that was neat. Like this on you seeing on the screen there. I just thought that was neat, boy. They sitting in there with the house coats on. It was cold outside. Danny, the scenes are so pretty. You need to fix us a pretty fall scene. Oh, I will. I will, Redbird. Oh, really? I think, hey, Cody, there's something that I think Eric knows how to get them. But I mean, they might be stopped at. Sister had to stay away from her to calm down. Yeah. Yeah, y'all, I'll be doing stuff for Tammy and doing her stuff. Also, Tammy's channel will overcome all the madness. She'll gain, she'll pick up new subscribers. Stephen will too. He already is. Yeah, she needed her space. Hey, y'all, it'll be worked out. It'll be worked out. That's, you might get mad with your friend or something, but this ain't my friend. I hear you there, Jay. Yeah, this ain't my friend we talking about, y'all. I got some boy that's wanting me to go fishing with him. He's an old friend, old friend. And I mean, I don't know if I want to be around him. Danny has lost his man. Danny, you are jealous of your mother's channel. And I want my mama to do good. That's that same person there, y'all. Let him stay in there. Let him stay in here a minute. That's that same person that was on here. They done went and made another name. Let him stay in here a minute. See what he says next. Danny, how much time do we have to make things right? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, but yeah. I mean, hey, y'all, I mean, I think I know who that is. I ain't, hey, y'all, you know that jealousy is one ailment I don't have. Yeah, I ought to name his name Mr. Drama. It's unbelievable. It's kind of unbelievable to me that people would do that. Just, I mean, like, they are not, uh, getting nowhere. Nowhere. And I mean, they come in here like that. You won't get nowhere in this channel. I'm scared I might be wrong to call him out, but I think I know who it is. He does stuff like that. Yeah, y'all, jealousy is not a problem I have. I told Tammy before she went fishing this morning, I said, don't you be talking to no men there. She said, I won't. I said, and if y'all don't be careful, I'm going to get mad. She said, we'll be careful. Hey, me and Tammy's here all the time from her son. If we go out in that camper, we'll be videoing, man. Me and Tammy's here all the time. We had plenty of time. We had plenty of time together. But y'all, Tammy, I really had to be careful with her. If I do get aggravated with her, it bothers her so bad. And I have to kind of watch it, you know. And she does aggravate me some. Yeah, I got a tissue here. Ain't like this morning, you know, when they was live, I knew her mic wasn't working. And I text Steve and said, mic's working. You know, and then we're going through all this about the mic is not working. Damn, his mic is not working. I said, and I said, don't you think I know if the mic ain't working or not? Can y'all go ahead and scroll up and block that name, y'all? Because I don't want him to get away. Make him go change his name again. Well, you know, y'all, I think that's a man there. But women do that too. You would you would think bunch of you would think a bunch of grown people wouldn't do that. My wife aggravates me too, but I wouldn't trade her for $1,000,000. Okay, somebody got him. MJ got him. MJ went up there and blocked him. Hey y'all, they don't like changing them names. You know, I had to go make another name. Probably drunk again. Yeah, it ain't. Hey y'all, it's just my opinion. I don't think there's a bunch walking around like Cody. Boy, like when you like gonna get a new woman or a new man, son, you are rolling the dice. Yeah, there is a cat there, ain't it? I didn't see that cat over there in the chair. Right there, y'all. I put my mouse over it. There's a cat right there. Yeah, I didn't see the cat. I like stuff like that right here, y'all. All right, then, living life. Hey, good night there, living life. I wish you changed your name back to Pamela. Living life might be Pamela Breedlove. Hey, y'all. Did you know I don't care one bit who Pamela Breedlove is? Not one bit. I just, Uncle Danny, I have pics from my Alaska with the snow capped and matches the background. They even sent them to me on Facebook. I put them on here, Cody. And see, what was I saying? Oh, yeah. Hey, y'all, I don't care who she is. I just thought I knew who it was, but hey, y'all, I don't no more care who she is. Oh, I remember what I was going to say. I just thought I said that. But what I was going to say is, oh, I was kind of worried about it, oh, being a fake. Because we've seen that before. But when I talked to Kathy today, Kathy told me that in chat, she said what was in that box that Grandma was fitting to open or something like that. And I didn't see it. I didn't see the video, but Kathy said she proved who she was, like she knew what was in that box. And I don't know if Pamela Breedlove's in here or not. But if you are, don't let nobody run you off, Pamela. Because there's more people that if you listen to a few bad apples, they will ruin everything for everybody. And don't listen to them. There's people that love to see Tammy and Mama opening that stuff up. Though Tammy was gonna, quit opening her Temu stuff. And I actually told Kathy, that she was gonna quit. That I heard her say she's gonna quit opening the stuff she was buying. Kathy said, "No, man, people love to see her opening that stuff." Danny, you have a blessed rest of your night. Chad, hope you all have a blessed night. Cody, happy belated birthday to Sweet Charlotte. All right, Larissa. Hey, Larissa, I should be back on here tomorrow night. Tammy should have a live tomorrow at 2 o'clock. Some channels have separate video for gift open. Really? But anyway, Kathy's the one that told me, and I told Tammy, what Kathy said, that people love to see them opening that stuff. I don't get it myself, I'll be honest with you. But if if Kathy says y'all like it, she ought to know, because she's like one of y'all. Hey, that stuff that Pamela, the stuff Tammy's getting come from Timu. Stuff that Pamela Breedlove is getting is ain't from Timu. I'll be honest with y'all. I don't know that I would be buying all that Timu stuff myself. Good night, sweet Mr. Danny. Hey, glad you come in, Mr. Terrapin. We appreciate you coming in here. And I know you always support the channel, all of us. And I want you to know I know that, and I appreciate that, Terry. I know you think a lot of all of us. And I just want to let you know I know that. Yeah, if I was gonna buy some stuff, y'all, I don't uh, that stuff is cheap, boy. That Timu stuff. It is, Jazzy. Hey, the clothes on there though, y'all, they seem like they pretty good. And I did go on there, gonna get a webcam off of Timu, because I was gonna buy one that's on something like that. You don't wanna be too cheap buying a webcam. And I seen one, that's same thing as one they sell on Amazon, but it's a lot cheaper. But it was still high. And I don't know what happened, but they about the time it was supposed to come, they sent the money back. So whoever that hoodlum is, anyhow, are your leg cramps to it. So you seen that video, Irma? Hey, boy, them cramps was tearing me up the other day, boy. I like had two at one time. I bought the same watch on Temu, which was their times. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think I did buy a couple little battery chargers. Our team is on there, all the time. She's sitting there getting stuff that I like don't even know. I don't even know what she's doing. And I went to her email the other day. I said, "Good God Almighty, girl." Danny, just get some Epsom salt and get you a little bit. you know, man, I ain't had no trouble the other day catching till I was driving. I ain't been having no cramp trouble. But boy, I was when I was driving that truck, man, I was getting towed up, boy. Them cramps were tearing me up. I wasn't joking, y'all. And I wasn't joking about Tammy getting them. But boy, she was on the street. I was like being here watching TV and hear her start hollering. I go run in there. Her leg be going to sleep. Get a cramp, start hollering. I start running in there. She like hopping around like Chester from Gunsmoke. Hey, that video I done last night, y'all, it's still on private. Uh, and I just checked this in. That thing's still processing. I don't know what in the world, you know. I mean, they've been straight up, you know, the Timu, they've been straight up, y'all. I mean, they've sent stuff and we've sent it back. You know, Tammy got a lawnmower from there one time. I said, girl, I fixed them lawnmowers. You want me to fix them lawnmowers? I'll fix them lawnmowers. And what was that she bought y'all? Was it an electric lawnmower or something? I knew it wasn't no good. She sent it back. And they give her the money back. You know that the stuff you see on eBay, it comes from over there too, y'all. About most everything you see on eBay. And Amazon too. And I checked into it one time. Yeah, I don't know how long up. Well, like, hey boy, when you out here, when your life is on video and stuff, you'll get attacked. But like, I checked into it, y'all, and there's a company. There's actually quite a few companies in China that you can order stuff from, but you have to order a lot. And I mean, you might have to order $5,000 worth of that one product. So there's actually a method to the madness, you know, about that. So you just say, you know, you want to sell watches on eBay, and you order one from one of these companies in China, not Timu. They even cheaper than Timu. You order one and put it on Amazon, or you know, Amazon or eBay or one of the other sites, and you see will it sell, you know, and if it sells, well, I mean, you might buy 3 or 4, you know, but you're paying full price and you're paying pretty good bit of shipping. It ain't cheap. But you test it and see will it sell. And then if that product sells, then that's when you get a bunch of it. But the reason I was looking at it, y'all, is because I was going to order a bunch of antenna boosters because I used to sell them. Hey, you getting off there alone? All right, Alona. Good night. Yeah, I was going to start selling antenna boosters, And man, you can get them the same booster. You can get them cheap. And they're the same thing that you buy on Amazon. And, I could buy a bunch of them because they would sell like cotton candy at the fair. And, anyway, I just kind of let that go. But like I'm somebody usually, if I go to do something, I'll do it big. I don't usually mess around, y'all. Yeah, good night, Alona. I want to see Alona's face every once in a while. Oh man, what are you talking about, Jane? People will buy from Walmart and put it on there. Yeah, man. Hey, look here, man. If there's a dollar to be made, there's people that want to do it. I knew who you was talking about, Alona. Mr. Danny, your antenna I bought 2 years ago still pulls over 20 channels. Still going strong. Hey, how about that? I didn't even know you was who you was there. I'm glad you let me know. Y'all, I still get a bunch of people calling about wanting an antenna. Yeah, but there's places that's cheaper than Timu, but you have to buy in bulk. You don't have to buy in bulk. You can buy 4 or 5 pieces and find out if it sells, and if it sells, you can buy a bunch. But I could have bought a bunch because I was selling them boosters anyway. Oh, y'all, when I got that pontoon boat, the one I got out there now, then you still miss that dog socks. Might want to rewrite that one. Hey, Ron. Oh, hey, I forgot where I was at. Oh, yeah. When I heard the Williams when I got that boat, and the furniture wasn't no good in my boat. I mean, I could have used it, but I mean, I didn't. I was taking most of it out anyway. But I wanted me a good back bench seat because I would get back here and lay down, and take a nap sometimes. And I went out here and talked to William Hall and asked him, I was going to get him to make me a seat, take my seat and make it. He said, you can buy it online cheaper than what he could get the material for. And I mean, William knows, he's in the upholstery business. And I went and looked, and anyway, it was pretty cheap. But they sent half of it, and then the other half had to wait a month. I didn't like that too good. Sent half the stuff. I mean, I was wanting to use the boat, and I wanted that seat. People's leaving, y'all. Cody's gone. Beat all you ever seen, don't it? I heard things was going up in China. I don't remember what it was, but I heard things was going up over there. Prices was going up in China. But I don't remember what it was. Oh, the dog. Oh, well, yeah, okay. Hey, I didn't know what in the world you was talking about. Yeah, I like that dog. I did like that dog. I looked for him hard, boy. I looked for him a bunch of times that y'all didn't know about. I followed school buses. That was around here, and I memorized the houses, where the youngest was getting off. And I had to follow the bus, so I didn't have time to really look. And I was trying to stay back so I didn't freak the bus driver out. But I went back to all them places and looked in the backyard, pulled up in people's yard and stuff. Man, they ain't know what I was doing. And if I'd have seen him, I wouldn't have went up there and knocked on no door. I would have just got him. Yeah, the the Alibaba's the one I was familiar with, Ron. So Ron knows about it, y'all. Alibaba, I started to tell y'all, but I knew it didn't matter. But Alibaba is one of the companies that people that sell on eBay buy from. You can look it up on the internet. You have to buy so much. Yeah, that's right. I mean, you can buy one item, but it's a lot of money, because you got to pay the shipping. But if you buy a bunch, it's cheap. Tim and Stephen, boy, they was tired. As I tried to call Steven and he didn't answer. And if he'd have been away, even if he didn't answer the phone, he would call me back in a few minutes, you know. And then Tammy went to bed about 9 o'clock. And we actually got some, Tammy's actually got some good videos playing, y'all. But I don't know, you know, everything will get back to normal, you know. You know, so Living Life said I used to buy stuff at Goodwill and use for crafts and projects. You know that we used to go there on Sunday. I hear you. You must have been selling them, Ron. Hey, y'all, you know, on Sunday, Steve and a bunch of us, quite a bunch of us, we'd go eat and we'd go to Goodwill, 2 or 3 places. And they got a flea market here. It ain't here. Well, they got one here, but ain't much to it, you know. They got one in One Robert's, a big one. It actually takes a long time to walk around it. But I got turned off from going. You have to go early. But there's so many people that's doing it to make money, and they run around and if you standing back, look like I do, they running around buying all the cheap stuff from just the normal people that's just wanting to get rid of the stuff, and make $1. And they are running around, and you'll see them going and picking that stuff up. And then if you stand there and watch them, you'll see them go put it on their table. And they do that real bad. Real bad. Well, I mean, what we got here, Jane, it's actually like that up there, but the one Roberts is just real big yard sale. And there's a lot of dealers, but like here in Dublin, and I mean, there's some dealers here in Dublin, but they do the same thing. Probably do the same thing everywhere in the United States. And if there's money to be made, they they'll jump on it. If there's money to be made, if there's money to be made, people's gonna get in it. Yep. I don't blame you, Pamela. That stuff ain't doing no good sitting in there. I mean, I hear a lot of people, make six, $700, $800, having a yard sale. Tammy had one time I went up there and seen all the stuff she's selling for a quarter. I said, Tammy, what are you doing? I'm taking stuff off the table. I said, no, we ain't gonna sell that. I went there and looked all my stuff up on the table. Tammy, man, 400 a month for a storage unit? I guarantee you, son, $400 a month, I'd be building me a building at home if it was that important. Hey, where you live at, Jazzy? What state you live in? Man, that is a pile of money there, boy. Ain't no way. You know that I see people that if you ride around out here in the country, good God Almighty. I mean, $250 is still a lot. But I've seen, like these old houses around here, and it full of stuff. Like nobody don't even live there no more. Oh, I hear you. You must live in a high priced place there, Pam. Orchard Hill Storage. We paid 500 for a 2 years. I don't know what your nose, boy. Man, that must be the reason they got so many of them things. Because they got them storage buildings everywhere around here. I had something I was going to tell y'all about, y'all. I've thought of it a few times, and this reminds me of it because this man, he has some storage buildings. He is, he was a carpenter his whole life. He built houses. Them people that actually build houses, they make pretty good. The actual person that's building the house, the contractor, they do pretty good, y'all. And there was a man that opened him up a wood shop at home in the backyard. And he was making cabinets and stuff. He was a carpenter, but he's also would make cabinets for the houses he was building. And I went over there to roof this woman's house, and she was crying and upset. And she was talking about them cabinets that man made in there. It's like $20,000. And I went in there and looked at them, and they was fine when they put them in there. They started warping. None of the doors would shut. You could push it too, and it, like, all her cabinet doors was open. They wouldn't shut. And that man wouldn't make them good. I like to get in a fight with him one time. He was a smart aleck boy. And he was also a crook. That woman spent $20,000. She trusted him. And, she wasn't going to be able to keep them in there, y'all. You ain't going to have no cabinet doors that won't close. All of them standing wide open. There's some kind of saying, that if you ain't using something like in a year, you actually just need to throw it away. That'd probably be something good for eBay. They need to let somebody bid on it. Let people bid on it. Because there's people just crazy about that Coca-Cola stuff. Danny, same with clothes. Hey, yeah. Yeah, one time Tammy was asking me about making more closet space. And I went in there and looked. I said, more space is not the answer. Hey, the next thing I know, boy, she was getting stuff out there. I hear you there. You might, there's people that do that, that'll, I mean, I don't know if you know how to do eBay, but if you do, that's great. But there's people in towns that will put stuff on there for you for a percentage. Hey, I know. But I mean, you don't want to pay all that money, Pamela. That's a lot of money, boy. That's right. That's right, Macredo. Hey, y'all, I'm kind of tired. I mean, I'm getting kind of tired. And I done got stressed out one time today. And, you know, it always helps me to get on here with y'all. I was watching Stephen and Tim this morning for the longest, you know, like trying to watch. I wasn't the one booted you anyway, Pam. Yeah, I'm glad you caught me too, Jane. We had a long live here, y'all. Now I've been doing, stuff, you know. I got this thing ready, to run in the background. Always kind of doing something. I had to edit that thing there. You see running in the background. Tammy will be on tomorrow, I guess at 2 o'clock. And also, Stephen will be doing video on Stephen Hodges, but he will also be doing video on the coffee channel. So like he's not fitting to have it on the goats no more. I mean, I don't know if he might be done took it down, but I know he's gonna take it off of the goats. I do know that. But he might be doing, I don't know what he'll be doing, y'all. I really don't know what he'll be doing with the coffee channel. But he will be making videos on. He's not going to just leave it up live. And I do want to say that I keep expecting everything to die down. Oh, I'm tired of being aggravated. And the people that left Tammy's channel, we can't help it. I mean, might have not liked her much to start with. But we'll move on. There's no doubt in my mind that Tammy will. Yeah, I see you, Jane. There's no doubt in my mind that Tammy will do good, It's their loss, ain't it, Cowboy Kelly? Tammy's, she really surprised me, y'all. Because she's normally don't talk a whole lot, and most important of all is she's having fun now. So she did kind of used to hate to get on there, I'd be pushing her, Need to make a video. I make one out a while. Then, I try not to say nothing. Then she say, I just wait and make it tomorrow. But I'm here to tell you, she's actually having fun with it now. She's actually looking forward to it. And she is learning by little. She's learning. I show her some stuff every now and then. Plus, I'm here to help her. But, and somebody on here told her to take about a month to get rested up from working. And it did. So now I don't have to say nothing to her and try to get her going. She's acting on her own. I am like, scheduling her videos up and stuff, but she don't know how to do it on this program here. I've showed her a little bit, but she said, you might have to show me that again. Might have to show her more than once. But anyway, I'm glad everything's working out good. Even though she lost subscribers, y'all, it don't mean that her income went down on it. You can lose subscribers and still make money. And I don't mean to say she's making a bunch. But anything you make is like better than nothing. and she'll do good. She's too genuine not to do good. And I want to tell y'all I appreciate it. Appreciate the super chats. Appreciate y'all coming on here. And I'm telling y'all, everything will be all right. Everything will be all right. We'll get it all straightened out. But everything will get all right. I want to let y'all know I appreciate y'all. Good night, everybody.